Lonely Attack on the Different World. Chapter 19. I feel like someone is ridiculing me, calling my communication skills destructive. Day 18. Night. White Weirdo Inn. Girls' room. At the inn, we rented 5 rooms for 4 people and 1 single room. The single room is for Haruka-kun. Part of the reason why the girls are staying in groups of 4 is the economy. The actual reason is for safety. We could go with double rooms, but in case something happened, it would be better to stay as 4 people. We were aiming to get detect presence and search on everyone, but at the moment, only half has either of those skills. And only 4 people have both. No, this is good enough. It's only been a week since we began training. People that already had the skills could barely handle them before, but now we can sustain continuous alertness by taking turns. The weird one is that person that keeps getting new skills, one after another. On top of that, he was more happy about catching a fish. It's that people say, I thought I might fly, or I didn't get to fly, who are strange. Everyone is doing their best. And today, though only for half a day, we split into groups gathering information. Making full use of the girls' chatability, we gathered quite a bit of information. Isolating the person who plunged the guild into the realm of terror, sealing everyone's mouths. Getting summoned to give a proper explanation because of someone's destructive communication abilities. The guild agreed to purchase magic stones as an exception this time, but he sent the people at the purchase counter into a panic, so I made him sit in Saiza. All kinds of trouble occurred, but the very reason for them all doesn't seem to feel any remorse at all, since we agreed on what we were going to ask beforehand, allowing everyone to act on their own. I think we gathered most of the information that we wanted to know, both the good and the bad. The good information is that the town is relatively safe. That is because Oda-kun and the others seem to have periodically appeared here. Oda-kun and the others instinctively avoid dangers or rough places. Them appearing here from time to time probably means that they either roam between here and other towns, or that they have a base somewhere around this area. Now Shimasaki-san and the others will finally be able to meet him. Shimasaki-san and her group have really changed, so much that everyone was pretty freaked out. But after talking with them, I understood. That is the current Shimasaki-san and the real Shimasaki-san. I think that they had a lot of unpleasant or difficult things happen, and as a result turned so aggressive, abrasive, and stubborn. Putting up such a front, they were protecting their weak selves. But in this world, this bluff couldn't help them. Even so, they couldn't show weakness. No allies. Inside the forest, surrounded by monsters, with boys going crazy, and we abandoned them. Death. At some point, they felt it hanging over them. The thought that they had recalled, of who was helping them, Oda-kun and the others, who they had treated so unfairly. Before they noticed, they were the ones doing cruel things to others. And that, Oda-kun and the others were now on the receiving end of that, until they escaped after they almost got killed, with no one there to help them. So they wanted to apologize before they died. They wanted to thank them before they died. And we didn't believe Shimasaki-san, and even so they apologized to us. And they disappeared inside the forest where Oda-kun and the others went. By all rights, they really shouldn't have disappeared into that forest. 5 girls of level 1 that never even fought. That should have been their end. This shouldn't have brought salvation to anyone, because everyone closed their hearts. And we too should have perished in that forest. But that future was annihilated. Our death in the form of monsters was massacred. Shimasaki-san's group, us, rescue, salvation? No. What we found was obliteration. Our despair, our doom, our death. All were obliterated. In front of our very eyes. What are you doing here? He asked. Just trample over death? Just beat your despair to a pulp? The last moment is eternity if you drag it out long enough. There is no way anyone can do that. That's what everyone would think. That's what we thought, but in front of us, as if it was nothing special, as if it was only natural, he did that very thing. He pulled it off. He shoved it into our faces. That impossible is nothing but an excuse. Our despair was exterminated by Haruka-kun. Before long, we could smile once again. We became able to discuss what awaits tomorrow. We became able to think about fun things. After all, the tragedy will be beaten to death anyway. The dead end will be exploded. You can do it if you try. Everyone was frozen, myself included, but that's what he does. That's Haruka-kun. Shimasaki-san and the others will finally be able to meet Oda-kun's group, but Haruka-kun will disappear. If we can stall that moment forever, then it will last for an eternity. We will obliterate the future where we part with Haruka-kun. After all, that's what he was doing until now. I won't let him complain about this. And as for the bad information... Day 18. Over.